Hello, Chasers! Today's episode is about how the use of offshore workers, or virtual assistants, is revolutionising the way business owners are dealing with large numbers of menial tasks in a labour shortage market. A virtual assistant, or VA as they're more commonly known, is an agency-employed or self-employed individual who provides administrative, technical, or creative assistance to customers and business owners remotely. I'm your host, Chris Becks, a financial and business advisor with over 40 years experience and the founder of the multi-award winning CBEX Business Solutions for Good. In this episode, I'm joined by a business colleague of mine, Carmen Williams, who runs the very successful international employee management service, Global Teams. Let's dive into this episode. Hello Carmen, and welcome to the Chasers channel.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Let's kick off with some one-word responses to some general topics. Is that okay, Carmen?
Sounds good.
I'll state a topic and you respond with the first thing that pops into your mind. Okay, morning, noon or night? Favourite time? Morning.
Yep.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Rare, medium rare or well done?
Can I choose medium?
Medium, yep. Drink of choice, red or white?
Kombucha.
What's the first thing you think of if I say tomato?
Is it a fruit or not?
Last interesting person you met?
You, of course.
Thank you. Leader or follower?
Either, but I struggle with collaboration.
Good answer. Which superhero would you be if you had a choice?
Spider-Woman.
Science or spirituality?
Science, if I have to pick just one.
Vegan or meat?
Just a little bit of meat.
That's all right. Nice, well-balanced diet. Excellent. Chore you most hate doing?
I don't know. I don't do very much for myself.
That's what VAs are for. What's better, experience or studying?
Experience.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Last band or artist you listened to?
Hamish and Auntie.
Childhood or adulthood?
Adulthood.
Nickname?
Tootin.
Favourite hobby?
CrossFit.
Regular exercise or occasional?
Regular.
Brand archetype?
I don't know.
Finally, the best holiday experience?
All of them.
Good answers. That's great, Carmen. So now that our chasers get to know you and your business a little bit better, which is Global Teams, we've got a few more questions, but these ones are open questions. So starting off, who is Carmen Williams?
Well, Carmen Williams is a nervous person at the moment because I'm running a marathon on Sunday. If you take the global view, I studied science, so I'm a bit of a nerd in that way, but I love learning about things. So I love learning about how to grow businesses, how to improve marketing, how to improve client retention, and talking to business owners just is so exciting.
Fantastic. What is Global Teams?
So Global Teams is a business that we started by accident 4 years ago when we were growing our own virtual team, and people started saying to us, hey, it's working for you, it didn't work for us, could you help us? And we ummed and ahed, and we eventually decided to do it, and fast forward 4 years, we now have a team of 100 amazing people in the Philippines supporting business owners in Australia.
I was going to ask you the next question, why did you start it? And that was by accident. So fantastic how you've been able to capture a need and then just build it out into a full-blown business. So well done.
Thank you.
When did Global Team start? You said 4 years ago, but what time of the year was it?
About now, September 4 years ago. So
Okay.
we just had our 4-year birthday. We've had celebrations in person and online, and it's been a lot of fun.
I saw that your 4-year anniversary post on Facebook, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Where is Global Teams based?
All around. So Maureen and I both live in Melbourne, Australia, and we've got a team in the Philippines, and we've got support and people and contractors that we work with that are all around Australia and even other countries as well. So we're global, as you'd say.
Offshore workers are VAs who work from outside of the country where the client is generally located. This can be a cost-effective way to hire VAs, as salaries in many offshore countries are lower than in the developed countries. However, it's important to choose a VA who's reliable and has a good understanding of your needs. Carmen, as a successful entrepreneur who's now been operating for 4 years, how do you use VAs in your own business?
Well, I have virtual assistants to do almost everything for me. And I think the more efficient way to answer it is to say, what do I still do for myself? So the things I still do for myself is I have the sales discussions, but I get my team to do all the sales support before and after the discussions. The other thing I do is I create the core content for my social media. So I record the videos or I write my emails for marketing, and the team do everything else. And the other thing I do is I set the strategy for the business. So everything else I get support with. I've got 4 people working in marketing, so I get a bit excited about marketing. I've got 2 people working in accounts. We've got 2 people in recruitment, 2 people in what we call VA Love, supporting the client virtual assistants. And I've got a sales support person, and I'm probably forgetting someone, but we have a whole team supporting us to do almost everything.
That's nice. I love marketing too. It's one of the subjects I did study in my first degree many moons ago, and it's something that I really enjoy as well. Some of the benefits of hiring a virtual assistant are cost effectiveness. VAs are typically less expensive than hiring a full-time employee. Flexibility. VAs can work on a part-time or full-time basis, and they can be hired for specific projects or on an ongoing basis. Expertise. VAs can be hired for specific skills and expertise which can save businesses time and money. And scalability. Businesses can easily scale their VA workforce up or down as needed. Carmen, what other advantages are there for hiring VAs?
Yeah, so the price thing obviously comes up, and let's be honest, as business owners, we're always looking for price to get an ROI. But the other thing I'm finding more and more these days is that business owners are coming to me and saying, Carmen, I've tried to hire in Australia and I just can't find anyone. I can't find someone who wants to stay.
Yep.
So it's really interesting. It's not just about price these days. It's also about the availability of hardworking, eager people who want to grow in your business.
Yeah, work ethic is such a struggle at the moment for lots of local businesses, finding a young person particularly who can do what they want to do and love their business as much as they do, but very few and far between, unfortunately.
For sure. And it also interlinks with, if you do have a team in Australia, you want to hold on to them so hard because, if they go, you may not be able to replace them. And so we've got business owners coming to us saying, hey, Carmen, I want a virtual assistant to take the load off our existing Australian team so that they're not having to do work on the couch in the evening with their families.
Yep.
And they actually want to stay in my business. So it's about retention of Australian staff as well.
Exactly. We have had our own offshore team members for over 4 years now and found these points very important. You need to be very clear about your needs. What tasks do you need help with? How many hours per week do you need a VA? You need to be sensitive to cultural differences. This is one of the keys to our success. Visiting our team, sharing and experiencing their culture, and then reciprocating it for them as a reward for their loyalty after 4 years with us. You need to choose a VA with the necessary skills and experience. You need to make sure the VA is across your code of conduct, to help encourage their reliability, honesty, and good work ethic. You need to reward great work. Feedback, praise, time off, monetary, celebrate the wins. You need to set clear expectations and communicate regularly with your VA. You need to work collaboratively to boost productivity. We meet up twice a day at 10 o'clock in the morning where we tell everyone what we are working on, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon where we tell everyone where we're up to. This keeps everyone accountable as their roles affect the status of the job on its journey to being completed. Carmen, what other tips would you have for business owners hiring VAs that global teams can help with?
Yeah, so Chris, well done. It sounds like you've got some great communication structures and a great team. I love that you're supporting them and giving them opportunities. I think the first thing that you said was around scoping the role. Now, a lot of the business owners I speak to, when they come to me, we support them to scope the role really accurately. Now, people think that they've done it by the time that they've come to me, but often that's not the case. And so I really like supporting them to work out what's important, what's practical, and like what's going to give them the quickest wins for their business. From there, all your other tips are so spot on. And we support business owners. We hold their hand and we hold their virtual assistant's hand through that process. So it's not just about finding the best person, it's about supporting them to work together. So we meet with you weekly, while you're getting things sorted, and even then we check in with you. And we also have a whole team supporting your virtual assistant, both socially. How do we say to Chris, we don't understand this? Or
that's great.
How do we say that I'm not going to meet the deadline? How do I ask for more clarification? And also practically as well. So I've got teams with expertise in all different areas, so they can talk to their peers, if they want support with how to update that blog on the website. So, some people, are confident and want to go it solo. Maybe for the people who just want some extra support with it. Maybe they're so successful and they don't want to spend their time and energy on it. Or maybe they're a bit nervous about doing it. It's their first time, or they've done it and it hasn't worked before. So that's what we focus on.
Yeah, certainly taking the plunge is the hardest part, because once you become comfortable with the role that your VA plays and what they can do for your business, you just wonder why you haven't done it, earlier.
Yes, that's the feedback I get from many clients.
Carmen, what would be one example of how VAs can transform a business owner's lifestyle?
So I was just speaking to a client of ours, Andrew. I've done a podcast with him, and this morning I was talking to him because he's after another virtual assistant. But in the podcast, he was talking about his current virtual assistant, Layla, and he's like, she's helped me be more creative. So he is less bogged down in the doing. He helps people buy houses that are worth millions and millions of dollars. He's less bogged down in the marketing and the operations side of it. And he can parade around and meet sellers, agents, he can meet his clients, and he can just form those networks which are essential to his business. And so he said, ultimately, I'm feeling so much more creative, Carmen, and able to come up with amazing strategic ideas for my business.
Yes, that's such a valuable thing to understand, that if you're out of the day-to-day operations and can, I suppose, take that step back, all of a sudden your creative juices start to flow and you start to think of ideas. I tend to have a lot of my ideas when I'm either mowing the lawns or when I'm on holidays, just right away from the desk and the hustle and bustle of business. And it's just amazing when you allow your mind to rest, how your creativity starts to creep in.
Yes, and a lot of clients say to me that, once they've got the confidence that their virtual assistant's there to help them, they get more creative, because sometimes you might have an idea and you think, but then I need to take X, Y, Z action. But no, if you've got a team supporting you, you need to support them to start on the journey, but then they can, take it over. So my team often wake up to my manic ideas. Yeah.
Carmen, virtual assistants can be a valuable asset for businesses of all sizes, and they can help businesses save time and money, and as well as giving them back their lives. And they can provide access to a wide range of skills and expertise. If any of our listeners want to find out more about VAs and how global teams can help them, how can they contact you?
Yeah, the best place to go is our website, globalteams.com.au. We've got a whole heap of resources on there to help people get clear about what virtual assistants can do, how to communicate with them, how to work with them, and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Thanks for coming on board, Carmen. It's been a real delight to have you on the Chasers channel. Thank you for coming on.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the Chasers channel, we would love you to share it with your business friends and colleagues, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from CBEX Business Solutions for Good, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/CBEX, Instagram at CBEX, and on the internet at cbex.com. Thanks again, and we'll be sharing new info with you on our next episode.